Okay, we have arrived, and I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's our first Sika deer. There's 3 of them that are in this little field here. 3. So you can go up and then swing your... See him there? This one's coming at the lights.
That's good. That tells me they're dumb.
Well, swing up that way and then swing your nose out. Right, there's a road right there. Oops.
There they are.
There they. Can you see them in this camera? Oh yeah.
Boing boing. Haha.
There they are.
That's their first.
Back up a little bit.
Oh, this is a.
Back up.
Hey, look at the size of them. They are tiny.
They're not as small as I thought, maybe, but all right. So our first ones, we are here. It is 4:28 in the morning. We got here much too early, but we are driving around, just poking around, seeing what things look like.
And the first we saw whitetail, and then we saw those, and because of their eyes, and Andy said, "Are those whitetail? Are they laying down?" But no, they were not.
Yeah, they look like they were laying down. It's true. So we have seen our first one, so that's good. Good sign.
I don't know if that.
There's something across the road right there, up by that sign.
Shit, there's a whole pile of something in this field.
Yeah, there are. They're all
Sika.
Sikas.
Whoop.
That's a babier one.
There's another one.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of them.
Okay, where are we?
After what has to have been one of the longest drives that I've taken in a while, we've arrived. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to spend the rest of the day doing a little scouting, exploring, seeing what we can figure out about this place.
So Andy and I are down here in Maryland. We are trying to shoot a Sitka deer. Or Sika deer. It's a Sika deer hunting adventure. But we got here a day early, so we've been scouting all morning. Then we're gonna have we had some lunch. We're gonna, I don't know. That's never mind about that part. We haven't slept for 24 hours.
Here we go. Some tiny little deer tracks on the side of the road. So, looks like we might head in there. Looks like there's a deer trail right there. Maybe not. Still new to this. Looks like it rained. There's a little bit of fresh chew in the mud. So, hopefully, we found a spot. Maybe we'll hang a stand in there in this swamp. See what happens. All right. You'd never believe this, but everything went flawlessly. We went to bed yesterday at what? Oh, a little after 4 o'clock, I think. Something. A little after in the afternoon, and we slept soundlessly till 2 in the morning. Within it was it was a perfect plan. There wasn't any problems next door. 2 something in the morning, 2:21 in the morning, and we're heading out to try and make sure no one beats us to those spots we scouted yesterday. It doesn't get light till 7 o'clock, which seems excessive, but we're going for it.
We are going to be on stand. We can't shoot till we got to figure that out. Half hour before sunrise, which is like 6 something or other. But that's good. We're going to be in our stands for hours in the dark. We can do the math and try and figure out exactly what time that is. All right, there's a stag and a hind. Oh, we see him moving just outside the range of our camera, but that's it. That's what we're after. We're on our way in.
We are at our location for the hunt today, and word is that when you get down here, there's not a lot of public places. So we did find a public spot, and we are the first ones here. So we are thrilled.
And as you can see, we're taping this intentionally an undisclosed
location.
Doesn't Andy look in this video, right? At least in the viewfinder, he looks like a whistleblower for the tobacco companies. But yeah. So we've got here. We are early though. What time is it?
We are about an hour early before we can
or another hour before sunrise and stuff. So we're getting everything ready before we go in.
I don't know if you can hear this, whatever, it's in the dark. I thought I heard a bugle when we first got in here. Andy and I are pretty far from each other, and we have no cell reception, so we can't talk to each other. It's just starting to get light, still like a half hour before shooting time. It's 6:42, which is technically now, I guess it's shooting light. So I haven't seen anything, so it doesn't affect me. But game is on, and although the mosquitoes aren't terrible, but there are mosquitoes. January 6th, ridiculous. That's what happens when you live in a giant marsh. Nothing so far. A bunch, probably 8 cars just pulled in on the road we came in on. And so it seems like someone's going to do a drive. But maybe that will, that'll play out in our favor. I don't know. We will see. But there's just constant noise between geese and woodpeckers and you name it, birds everywhere. It is wild. I mean, it's so quiet at home when we hunt that this is ridiculous. No wind, but just birds. Just constant bird life everywhere. It's crazy. I mean, like there's a woodpecker right there. I just went down on the... But there's just this stuff everywhere. It's crazy, but you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but there's a thing of snow. There's snow geese that just they sit down on the water, then they fly, then they sit down, then they fly, and it's crazy. I mean, it's actually noisy with animals, but not the right kind yet. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. And like I say, maybe this drive will change something. I've heard a few shots. I don't think it's Matt yet, but I did hear 2 shots over my right shoulder, which I think he's closer than that, so it would have sounded better, but or at least louder. But I'm not sure. We'll find out. The thing of it is that we've got bad cell reception. I'm looking away because I can see the tops of the Phragmites moving over here, which is a sign sometimes of deer, but it can also be it's also birds that are landing on it and flying around, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. This one here looks kind of interesting. I'll let you know.
It looks like I got a drive pushing through my spot, so that's good. I won't have to wait much longer. Andy's over there, that away, and these drivers, hopefully they're going to push this whole area. and maybe we'll get a shot. We'll see.
Got into the woods early and sat here and froze our buns off for 2 hours. And now there's a drive that is not helping me at all. Well, at this point, I don't know, unless something snuck back around and tried to sneak back outside of this shenanigans, but great. Maybe they'll push something to Matt. Frustrating to say the least, but hey, maybe it'll turn around. Something good will come out of it. Fingers crossed.
This big drive just came through, a bunch of guys, and they pushed, a guy pushed, you see that big tree right there? He walked like 2 feet on the other side. It was funny, he walked by, this is the funny part, he walked by and he never walked by me and just never made eye contact, wouldn't even look up. And I was like, I don't care. But he obviously thought I'd be pissed, but I don't mean this, that's what you expect. Andy heard him bark this morning. I heard one, I'm pretty sure I heard one bugle this morning out in the area they drove, and we didn't hear any shots or anything. So either they didn't, because I was here, they didn't push the stuff right next to me. See that super thick Phragmites there? So maybe there's some still sitting in there. I don't know. So Andy and I are texting back and forth. We're gonna figure it out. But that's the update for now. I am cold. That's the one. Even though it's not that. It's only like 45, or I'm still cold.
Well, there is a drive moving through, which you might have seen earlier if we edited it in. I don't know, but a drive moved through. Haven't heard any shots. But on the bright side, it's cold enough that the mosquitoes are gone. So you just heard that little bing. So maybe they must have reached Matt by now. So he's called to complain. But still a beautiful morning. And they move, here and there all day, so I'm still optimistic. It's a little disheartening to have a drive come through, but if you look at how far around, that's a good, a half a mile out to the water there, so there's room for a lot of little deer in here, so still optimistic. Fingers crossed.
Well, this looks super familiar. And if I didn't know any better, I'd think I was at home. But ta-da! That's Sitka deer poop. So anyway, more marsh, more reeds. I'm poking around, then we're going to regroup. That drive, they ran the edge, so all they effectively did was drive the deer deeper into the marsh. So we're going to I'm trying to find a tree somewhere in the marsh that I can get to with my stand for the evening. So this is the spot Andy was high hunting. He got up higher than I did. He evidently has a better sense of height in the darkness. I was not happy about being up that high. Just got in, just about killed myself trekking through miles and miles of marsh. But I found a tree. There's some other trees. All the trees out here are either too small or too big or too dead. But I got a pretty sweet spot. Let me show you. Got a little clearing there. A little mud hole here. A mud hole there. Oh, great, my tree's moving. My tree's moving in the wind. That's unpleasant in general. I just got out here though. I'm pretty sweaty. So I'm going to cool down, then put on my warmer clothes. It is probably 1 o'clock-ish. So hopefully something happens. But there's a little bit of leftover Phragmites there and a long way to the shore, so hopefully probably something if it moves early. The one thing that's out here is there's a ton of beds, a ton of action, but there's no food, so maybe they'll start heading in, you know, closer to dusk. But since I'm so far out, I cut them off. I came in here pretty quietly. I'm kind of hoping they're out in that stuff there, and they'll work kind of, but the wind is wrong. Hopefully the wind settles down. All right, it is afternoon. I don't know what time it is. I forgot to look, but got down out of the tree freezing, shaking, freezing, and changed out of my clothes, which were all dry and everything. I was just cold because there's a wind come up. But I sat in the car, let the car run for a while, and blared the heat. So warm again. And Matt has moved out to my right. He took a little walk out there today. Walked around. He said there's sign everywhere, which I imagine there is. But he is off. I don't know if I can. Oh, hang on. He is out here. I don't know if you can see him. Over here. Somewhere right over in here. But there's just a sea. There's a sea, look at this, of places for them to be. That's got to be at least a half mile to the water there.
That ought to wake them up. If nothing else, they're out of bed now. That was not too far away. Nice. Nothing else exciting happening. Talked to Matt. He's in a smaller tree than me, blowing all over the place. Up. I don't know if you can hear there's a flock of snow geese over here that it just keeps going up and down and up and down. That plane didn't help. Cleared out all the birds that are around here. Everybody's in the air right now. So maybe it will help our maybe it'll help our situation. I don't know. If it hurt, oh well, what are you gonna do? Don't even know the guy. Alright. Back to it. Wow, there's a lot of geese around here. Guy's gutsy flying around with that many geese in the air. If one goose strike can take down that poor Sully guy, this place here you could hit more than, I don't know, 100 at a time. Sunset, I found out, just looked it up, is 4:28. So, oh, excuse me, 5:28. So, we got a while to sit, but I'm excited. It's funny because deer hunting for a while has gotten kind of because we're never getting anything. We don't see them, whatever, but I tell you, this one's got my heart going. Every little stump I see, every little something that moves in the wind, I'm excited. Like, I'm worried about buck fever. But hopefully not. But it's been a long time since I've been this excited in the stand, so this has been a lot of fun. And we got another day at least tomorrow, so still excited for another day too, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So back to sitting and back to like everything that wiggles, moves, or makes a noise, me thinking that this is finally it, but It's like rattlesnake hunting again. Yeah, check that video out. But same idea, same, just as jumpy, just as, what was that? What was that? But only these won't kill me. I'm up in a tree quite a ways, so. All right, fingers crossed again. It's beautiful here. Constant waterfowl noises. It's not a fashion show. It's just a little chilly because you get so sweaty trying to push through this stuff, and then so what I need is a bigger backpack. Like, this isn't the last time I'll do this. Well, who knows? But anyway, it's 2:18, so I think we got about an hour, 2 hours, and hopefully sometimes in the next 2 hours something makes a mistake. Still nothing, but the afternoon sun has come out. It feels absolutely amazing. Like, it feels so good. I mean, I was getting pretty chilly, and this just is like, it feels so great. My beautiful afternoon sun is gone. 1 hour left. Come on. 1 hour. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, it's about 40 minutes till shooting light ends, till it's a half hour after sunset. And it sounds like deer around us are making mistakes because I can hear gunshots off in the distance. So other people are lucky. So why not me? It's the wind has not let down, which has been kind of a bummer because we're hoping to hear them is the big thing. You hear them more than you see them because they're so small, and the grass is so tall. But we're still holding out hope. Could happen any time now. Not bad, but not good.
When you sit till dark, now you got to find your way out. And it all looks remarkably similar in the dark. So anyway, if you find this on my body, no, I pretty much know where I am. But I got a 1/4 mile of this to go. As you can see, did not get a deer today. And I did not hear Andy shoot, unless he had a silencer. So I got about, like I said, a 1/4 mile in this bullcrap to go. And then I'll be out. A little off trail right now. Holy crap. Whew. I got maybe another, I don't know, 600-800 yards. Then I'm out of here. It is not cool. I got off trail. That was stupid. All right. So I finally got here and found Andy. The last little bit, Andy stayed up in his stand with his headlight on, like a little lighthouse. But because of that, I went off the deer trail and tried to push straight through the frag. I don't want to say fragmites. And that, my friend, was unbelievable. It's like that with a, I don't know, 20-pound stand and a backpack full of everything. We're both exhausted. We're gonna go home. Where is Andy? There he is. Grab something to eat. Andy, say goodbye to day one.
Goodbye, day one.
Bye, day one. So Andy and I are get up. We're gonna do a little still hunting this morning because we have no idea where to go. And we've seen like a million, every gas station is full of hunters. So at least we're not alone in our stupidity.
Andy, we're working on, it's called Scumbria ethical moment. You find this sling on the ground and you know that this guy here probably got ready in the dark. But if it's his,
Why didn't he take it with him?
what's he holding his gun with? So maybe it's somebody else's.
From last week.
Yeah. So now we're at a question, as I said, Scumbria ethical moment. Do we take this sling or...
If you leave it there, the guy when he comes back is going to take it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or is it belong to this man and we should make sure he gets it and will the hunting gods bless us with success? All right.
Or no, you know what?
There we did it.
Put it right in between the two of us.
Yeah, I should have put it right here between.
Divide the baby in half.
So now we've decided that that must have been, even if it isn't, we're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. So Mr., I think this guy's from Pennsylvania. We did a good deed, and now we are off.
He's from Delaware.
Of Delaware.
So why that's important, I don't know.
It is very important.
I'd like to
All right.
correct you.
That's the end of our Scumbria ethical moment. Well, I just shot at a hind. Really close. I don't know if I hit her or not. Not happy. And then look at this. This rifle's stovepiped, so we're gonna check it out. I gotta get Andy on the horn. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that there, and I think this here. Which blows my friggin' mind. I've never had anything like that happen. And then she moved over here somewhere and I shot at her again and then the rifle jammed. Frig. Why didn't I just take the... I have no idea where that second spot is. All right, we're shooting this the third time because I don't know how good we got it on video. I was on the phone with Andy trying to figure out where we were on the map. I heard something through the leaves, not in the Phragmites, in this woods. And a doe came along here, a little hind came along here, and she got here, and I lined up with my new fancy holographic sight, which is now going to get beat with a hammer. And I shot, and I got video of it already.
Right between the
I saw this
trees,
tree
there's
explode because you don't see trees on these things like you do on a scope. And
Yeah.
I'm using these fancy solid copper split things that are supposed to like be high velocity because that's what runs through this gun. So when it hit the two trees, it blew the two trees apart. And then she ran over to the side here, and I had a quartering shot, and I shot, and then the gun stovepiped and jammed, which I've got this thing going, has not jammed once in, what did I put, 70 rounds through it. So it jammed, and then I just feel we're under 60 yards. I feel like this thing should have, when it hit her, because it should have just bowled her over. She just started to run this way, and I brought up on her. The thing was stovepiped, and then I started messing with the stovepipe, so it's almost impossible to find where she went. And but she was going pretty good. And I mean, if I hit her with this thing, it was a 300 grain bullet at 50 yards, she should be piled up. So what it all comes down to is epic fail, miss.
Maggie's drawers.
Well, and I like I said, you went through this little hollow sight.
Yeah.
It has that halo. I guess they're meant for like shooting people, for military or home invaders, or open spots. It's just not good for.
Not for baby deer.
So that's my time. So anyway, I mean, I'm super pumped we came down. There should be one on the ground. A lot less work now, I guess.
Well, the car is like right over, just there. So
we did hear a roar, or we heard in case you can't tell, I'm just devastated. I mean, and here's the thing. Just for put this for everyone. If instead of getting all excited about straight-walled cartridges and getting a rifle and playing with all that thing, if I had just shown up
with a shotgun,
with my 12-gauge Benelli with buckshot, I would have a dead
hind.
Yes, because that thing has never. But instead, I went with this thing here because all of a sudden it was.
Well, that's for your long range stuff. You should have taken a shotgun.
I should this morning. So now, and I have a shotgun with me, and I actually thought today I should switch guns just for fun because I brought them both. Anyway, there's deer in here. We're gonna, I guess, let it settle. I don't know. Do you want to stay here while I go get my gun?
Stay here in this woods?
Yeah.
No, I'll walk back with you.
Okay.
Just.
So we're gonna go
I'll
back.
be here in the woods.
Wait,
I'll be waiting for you. Yeah, no, I'll go back to the truck. We'll take another look. We'll go walk and take another look, just more.
Yeah.
Because I can see the trees that you shot, but I don't know about the second shot. Because it would seem that you can't, it's not even 35 to 40, it's 40 yards maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not a long shot, so we'll take a look.
It walked up to me, just feet, and I was like, oh, and as I raised, it saw me, and then it stopped, and I thought, I mean, I had a clearing that any other.
For the rest of your life, that like 10 seconds plays over and over at the weirdest times where you're like, how come I didn't get him? How come I didn't get him? I can still picture all the misses of my life. You can run them through your head. So that'll be happening. But hey, that's hunting. That's why they call it hunting and not killing.
The last part, the only thing I can say. The blessing in disguise. Not that I shot the tree, not that all that, but the one nice thing, if this had been a stag, I would be in the fetal position crying on the ground. That is not an exaggeration. I would be in the fetal position crying like a baby if that had been a stag.
Nice.
Oh.
Funny thing is I saw something which I couldn't tell what it was. Way down there's a road in the middle, and I was just talking to Matt about said thing, and I was like, I think I saw some. I would say it was the same animal then worked its way up this through the woods here. So I got to see it and Matt got to see it. So we've both seen one. So that's a step in the right direction. Positive thinking. Oh, here's Matt's kill. He got it. He's gonna bring it home and eat it.
You gotta get me that picture.
Yeah. Show everyone your kill. You got it.
Here, use my phone, get a picture.
I will. Hold it up. I want to get a picture of you with your kill.
Oh, hold on. I want to make sure I get this piece of junk gun in the picture.
It's not the gun. It's Matt and his kill. Nice. All right.
Having a cosmic brownie. So it's about an hour after my failure. Switched it up to the shotgun. Andy's over there. And we're hunting this area here. For people who are watching this video thinking they might try Sika hunting, there's a ton of posted land. Can you see that? But there is a fair amount of public land, but it is tough. We just stumbled on this spot here, and it's upland, which is weird. So I'm sure it's been hunted hard, but 90% of everything is underwater, covered with reeds or cattle briars or other stuff I don't want to tell people what to do,
do whatever you want to do. But unless you are a hardcore hunter, you probably should get an outfitter. Like maybe if I came back with Ethan, or I came back, I'd probably think about getting an outfitter. So we've moved locations to a freshwater swamp instead of a saltwater swamp. And we're seeing just as much sign. We've just basically found a spot on public land and went as far away from everybody else as we could. Or as far away from the road and parking. And we're out in this freshwater swamp. And there's a lot of sign. A lot of this video is going to be that, just us. Oh, look at that. That was a long pause on a dead frog. But the weirdest thing about this trip has been, it's been like 31 in the morning. Now it's like 57. Well, it can't be 57, but it's 54 at least. I mean, we can't make this into a how-to video because we're not producing. But we're definitely giving you a tour of whatever they call this. Down East Maryland. Something like that. That's a wallow, I assume. And it looks fresher. There's a ton of them around, but that one looks pretty fresh. But I'm just guessing. But I'll give you another look. See that, where they've been in here. And anyway, just creeping along. We're more scouting than anything else, but at the same time, I would like to bump into one and get even.
You truly are.
Thank you for returning. Sling, you are truly a sportsman. So, we got back from the first half of the day. Well, we got about another 3 hours to go on stand. We're coming back here. We're fueling up on dew. And that was under our windshield. So, that should be good for us. Although, in the meantime, I have missed that deer. So, well, not missed. Shot a tree. But I feel like I have to redeem myself. So, I am literally going to go right back where I hit that tree, put in my stand, and sit there and hope that deer comes back like an idiot. Andy, your plan?
Which was the idiot, the deer or you? In that sentence.
Me.
Like
I was
an
the idiot. Like
Who
an
was the
idiot.
idiot? The deer? I hope you're talking about the deer.
Yes.
I'm going to go for a little hike down a little further. I thought I saw a good trail down and over and in. So about 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk.
So we're calling this At the Buzzer.
Yes. But isn't every hunting trip have a at the buzzer time?
You taking your camera?
Yeah, I'll take it with.
All right. So until next time you see us, we'll be on sand. And here it is at the buzzer. We got to get one now or else nothing. We've really had a great time. So I've come back and I've set up right on the trail where I hit that branch this morning, because when we got here this morning, there was a stag out here in the woods, and then we tried to get around him, and that's when I saw that hind that I miss. And there's a bunch of trails coming through this piece here. So I'm hoping that, turning it this way, there's a trail over there. There's a trail that comes right under my stand. There's a trail over there. And then there's all this water. And so I'm hoping that they'll either come
this piece. And so behind us it's private, and over there it's private. And we've heard shots, a lot of shots over this way, but none, I guess you can't see where I'm pointing, but none in that direction. So I'm thinking they might start working this way. I don't know. Oops, sorry, it's all bouncy. It's all a gamble. And the other thing is, this spot is only, I don't know, 800 or 900 yards from the car, and my legs and my hips are just shot from walking in this mud. And this the only other spot we found that's not like a mile away, Andy wants to go to, so I'm gonna let him have that. And I'm gonna suck it up and take the super easy spot. But we did hear, like I said, we heard a stag roaring here this morning. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see.
Looks to be possibly our last night. Matt's sitting up in the woods. He's sitting up in the woods closer to the car. I've come down into the woods. I don't know, a 10-minute walk. Be interesting getting out. We'll see. But set up in the middle of, well, hang on. There you go. There looked to be a good trail down here that we walked through earlier today. Fingers crossed. Again, that's my thing. Fingers crossed here. Maybe something will come in. I don't know. We decided to come to a spot that didn't have a lot of access to the marshier areas. It's a lot further away than we thought, but we were told by the nice guy at the ranger station we stopped at, he said that he's seen a lot of big deer up this way, so we came to check it out. But we got in here, didn't see much till the very end of the day. We saw, I think Matt said he saw about 3 that he kicked up. We tried to get around them and then nothing. And we saw one, or I saw that it was a buck. Matt didn't know what it was, but because we were slightly different spots. But I think it's a woodpecker. We bumped into one whitetail, which I was very surprised for the amount we've seen in fields and stuff. You would think we would see more just bumping around the woods, but we're really not close to fields with corn or grain or anything like that, which seems to be where they are at night when we're driving. So maybe not. I don't know. That's why we're not seeing them, or maybe we're just not in the right spot. But Matt had a shot earlier today that let him fill you in on that. But other than that, like so many adventures that we go on, I haven't seen jack squat. Everything just bumps into Matt. I don't know. Oh well. Maybe tonight will be different. All right. I'll fill you in if things change, but it looks like it's going to be a night of sitting in just the middle of nowhere with nothing but high hopes. I gotta have my hopes up a lot better than that. Yeah, it looks like it's a really good spot. Probably gonna see 3 or 4. I just hope I have the strength to carry them all back to the car, minivan. All right. Fingers crossed. All right, well, it's 5:28. That's the end of the shooting light. I'm going to tell you, I thought we were going to have the greatest photo finish ever. I set up in this spot, and that stag that I heard this morning, that's why I set up here, he started bugling exactly 25 minutes ago, and then he just kept coming closer, and then there was a long pause, and then he bugled in the same spot. And then,
So he came in. He's probably hearing me right now. I should be swearing at him, but he's probably 110 yards out. And he just didn't make it before shooting time was over. But I'll tell you, the last 20 minutes, my blood has been pumping. Plus, I'm cold and shivering. And then he was out there. He's bugled 3 sets of 3, 9 times. And the first time I heard him, then he came a little closer. Then he stopped. Then he stopped. And then one of those Delmarva squirrels came. And I was like, yes, at the last minute, we're going to end this thing on the right. But it was an amazing hunt. Did you hear that? Listen. I don't know if you heard that, but that was him.